One day, the falcons learned they were in great danger. The townspeople were spraying pesticides called DDT to get rid of the ugly weeds and pesky bugs in the schoolyard.
In drama, I like doing the funny facial expressions. And we get to do these actions like real animals.
So today, what we're going to do is write the ending of our legend, and then we'll act out the whole story and do our tableaus. We started this project during the Olympics and used the Olympic mascots, and each mascot had a legend. So we started by storytelling and hearing the legends and retelling those stories and acting them out. And then we did some research on falcons because our school mascot was a falcon. And when we asked around, nobody seemed to know why he was chosen as our school mascot. So we decided to write a legend. Who can tell me what special powers does the character Phil the Falcon have? Samantha.
He has laser beam eyes and protective feathers to protect him from the DDT.
Exactly.
A legend is a made-up story. It can have real parts in it. We put real facts into ours, as well as some fake bits.
Remember the research we did? Where do falcons do live in
They
mountains?
lived on a mountain higher than an airport.
All right, we'll start. We did some research on the internet and found out some facts about falcons. We learned that they had been endangered at one point. People were using DDT. It was endangering the falcons as it affected the food chain. Mom and Dad.
You need a character, a setting, and where it lives, and a problem. Well, the problem was the DDT. Phil used his laser beam eyes to destroy them.
The kids in groups came up with those ideas for our character, and we developed the character first. Then we talked about the setting, so they started out in our neighborhood. All right, this one says he's happy here, and they had another chick. And then Phil ended up staying at our school. Phil stayed living at the school with the children, and he lived happily ever after. I think that's fantastic. All right, so now we're ready to act out our whole legend. We're done the whole story. I have an interest in the arts, but I don't have a background in drama. I just have found it helpful to incorporate into my everyday teaching, because if we had just written the story without the actions and all the other things that went with it, I don't think it would have the impact that it does with drama as well. The legend of Phil the Falcon. Long, long ago, there lived two amazing falcons. They lived on top of the steeple of St. Philip Church. The towering church steeple overlooked St. Philip's School. The falcons had a wonderful life and stooped to snatch their prey with their sharp talons. The main focus was to use elements of drama, such as getting into character, to tell a story. What mood is there in this part of the story? Can you tell me what part of the story it is by looking at your facial expressions? At one point in our study, when we were doing tableaus, I took photographs. We studied them and looked at how your facial expression and your actions and your body could tell a story and tell who the characters were. Right.
Tableaus are frozen position of what you're doing, and they help you understand the story sometimes if there's no talking. There's just pictures. You look at your face and your body expression. And there's levels of high, low, and medium.
I found it helpful to use anchor charts to help the kids keep focused and learn the essential elements of drama. And at various times in the process, we would refer back to the elements and reflect on whether or not we were covering those basic elements and how we could improve on them, and what the children thought that they could do to better illustrate character development in order to tell our story. We started to do a journal entry to reflect on what they've learned about drama. So I will continue to complete that and ask the children to look back at anchor charts that we've created and more specifically address some of the elements of drama and what they've learned about that through this creative process. So we have done some reflection when we look back at our photographs and whether or not our expressions and our body language tells a story, and that has been very helpful. And the reflection will be very important before we go ahead to the next steps in creating our own legends. The children create their own legends. Can you tell from this picture what part of the story Emma drew? I think you have to just let down your guard and give it a try. And if you take a look at the curriculum, it's quite doable and it's quite easy to integrate into other subjects. And I think anybody can do it.